Greetings from Norway. I'm here on a 14 nights hiking and wild camping trip. I divided it in two parts. I spent 6 nights in Nordmarka, which is northern part of the forest above Oslo on the map. And now I moved to Ostmarka, which is East Marka. If you look on the map, it's on the east side. They're somewhat similar. There's lots of lakes and forests, deep forests. The difference, I would say that Nordmark is much more deserted. I was hiking and camping there for 6 nights and I haven't seen a single person until I got to the train station. Here it's more like vacation area for Oslo. About 150 meters away there's a tent with family, and I see people paddling on in canoes, in rafts in the area. I mean, it's still, there is nobody around me, but by Norwegian standards, for me, it's like, wow, it's crowded. And I actually use my packraft to get here because I have all my gear. I bought food for 8 days. There is no resupply here, it's forest. And packraft helped me to carry this weight here. Plus, I found pretty nice spot. Somebody was camping here before, so it's a little bit arranged, but really nice. I'll stay here for 2-3 nights and then I'll move to another spot. That's how it works. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about AI because, I mean, it's a big thing, everybody talking about it, but I want to talk specifically about using AI in planning my camping trips because I used it already 3 times. The way it works is basically I decide where I go, when I go, and so on. And then I put all this information into AI and let it plan my trip. Mostly local logistics, information about local sites. I can request additional information and so on. First thing first, when I start, I learned it hard way in my previous experience with AI, and I use AI a lot, is that you need to specify that you want current, the latest information, because the way AI works, and Claude from Anthropic actually confirmed it when I asked a question, that AI is programmed to give you quickest possible answer. So the way it works is, imagine that they have this pile of information, and when you ask a question, they just grab it one on the top. It may be 3 months old information, but they need to get the first one. So if you just simply asking about logistics, let's say for Norway to get to this lake, I might get information which is completely outdated and things changed and so on. So it's very important to specifically like push it for updated, contemporary, current information to get exactly results. Then it works really fast because, for example, this part of the trip for Ostmarka, I made some changes, so I redid the whole thing, being in Nordmarka by the lake in the forest with my phone, and it took me about 15 minutes to do everything. I would say that at home on computer it will take me a couple of hours at least. Of course, I know the area, so it helps, but it's pretty amazing. So just let me describe you a process how I do that. So I want to go to Ostmarka. I put information that I want to be there for 8 days, that it starts on date 1 and it finishes at 8/2, and on the last day I need to get to the airport, Oslo airport, to fly back home directly from my last camp. And then I describe that I have hammock, I have packraft, so I give a gear list because it helps to plan things. And basically in less than a minute I get complete setup. By the way, I usually start this kind of thing with Gemini from Google, mainly because it's a part of the whole ecosystem, like Google Maps, Google Travel, Google Transports, all these things. So I start with Gemini. So in a matter of a minute, Gemini gave me a long list that I taking this train to this area, then I'm taking bus to a town not far from Ostmarka, Lorenzkog, I believe, and then I need to walk. So it gives me all this thing. I walk to the first lake, and from there I can paddle. That's the idea. Then I start digging deeper, and I ask, okay, what's the distance of walking from the bus when I arrive to the town to here? So it gives me the distance. I'm looking at Google Maps myself, and I see that it's basically Google Maps puts me on a traffic road, and I didn't want to walk there. So I ask again, is there an alternative route to get to? And yes, there is. There is actually a pedestrian trail for people to hike, bike, run, and so on, which goes from that town all the way to the first lake. So this kind of things you need to, first after getting general information, you need to push and get more and more details. I also asked how far I need to paddle, and it gives me an estimate, and it shows me on the map the distances if I want to stay here or there or whatever. I ask for general camping suggestions, and it checks local websites, and it gives me like Eastern Shore is good, Western Shore is not so much, things like that. Then it also provides me with fishing information, because I put that I have fishing gear and I'm planning to fish. It gave me information about what kind of species I can fish here, like perch and pike, what kind of lure I can use, what the rules are. You need to have a license, what the catch size is legal, what I need to release, what I can keep, and so on. So, and I mean, we're talking in seconds. It will take me hours just to investigate this kind of thing. And it gives me this whole list of things, and after that I basically ask it to put it in a table format for me and create a PDF file, and that's another 20 seconds. And I have step by step, arrival here, taking the transportation here, and step by step all the way to the camp. Basically, of course, I picked up camp myself, but it suggested that I will go to the second lake and I will paddle here and so on. And also on the way back, when I gave it my flight time back home, it suggested where to camp, so I can wake up in the morning, pack up everything, including my packraft, and then actually, first I need to paddle to get to this place, and then I can pack up everything, and I need to walk to the bus stop. Bus stop will take me to the town, and from town I will take a train to the airport. And it gives me exact information, bus numbers, trains, approximate schedule, how often it goes, and so on. So I have some kind of back and forth with it if I have additional questions, and it actually makes perfect sense. The other thing I do is I ask AI if AI has any questions, and sometimes they ask me what specifically I'm looking for or whatever. So I have this PDF file. It's all in a very nice, I will include file on the screen. And then what I usually do is, because it says everywhere that you need to verify answers, and AI makes mistakes. So I take this PDF file and I share it with Claude Anthropic AI. Claude also takes like 10 seconds to go through the whole thing. And when I did this file, it actually told me that the last bus I need to take from the town to another town, Lillestrøm, from where train goes to the airport, that the bus number is incorrect. And it gave me the correct number. It was 350, but the actual bus is 110. The bus stop was the same, but it's just different bus. And when you're in Norway, you use apps for travel. They're really convenient for trains, for buses. It's really convenient because it's on your phone. You select where you're going, the route. It gives you all the options, including schedule of buses and trains. Then you pay on your phone, and you have a ticket on your phone. And it really works well. It's an excellent system. So when I got this information, and when Claude corrected it 350 to 110 bus, I went to app for transportation, and indeed it showed me that 110 is the bus I need. But at the same time, even Claude made mistake, because Claude gave me like average time between buses is 18 minutes. I looked it up, it was 10. Then, being grumpy old man, I took this corrected information and put it back to Gemini and say, hey, bus is incorrect. And as always, they say, good catch. My deepest apologies, or something like that. And yes, indeed, it bus 10. So that's it. And it's really works really well. It takes, I mean, like I said, I was in Nordmarka on the lake in the forest, and I was able to plan the whole trip from arrival to departure to go back home in about 15 minutes. And of course, it helps that I'm familiar with the area and I know about apps and everything else. But if I will just do step by step, I basically will do the same thing as AI. I will go on the web and I will check things, except that AI does it 100,000 times faster. And I must say that I feel that it's a good way to find, to build trips. It's very effective. It's also significantly more information, because if I do it myself on computer, I will usually concentrate on few major points, because you get this information so quickly, then you start asking more questions. And because of that, it really creates this detailed plan. And I saved this PDF file on my phone. And even if I don't have mobile connection, I can easily see what I need to do. I also saved maps, Google Maps, with how to walk here and there. So even if I don't have mobile connection, I can operate quite easily. On top of that, I use my usual navigation apps, and I'm all set. And the idea that I can plan my trip in 15 minutes, it's pretty good, I think. If you have any questions, send me questions, because like I said, I might forgot something, but I do it now quite a lot, and I already planned my 2 next trips, and I have documents already saved with all details. It works really well.